Alrighty, guys. Having one of those weird issues where you don't see your mouse. Oh well, whatever. I'm pretty sure it's all working. Let me know if there's any issues, but I think everything should be good. Starting a little early here, just, you know, just for fun, see what's going on. A lot of activity in the chat room today. I was reading everything you guys are writing. I was just kind of running around, so I didn't have too much time to respond, but love to see the activity in there. KZIA and ANPC are two of the lead gappers today. Both kind of are near interesting support. With KZIA, it's definitely 7.5 with the double bottom around 7.25, and then ANPC around this $10 area. Both of these tickers I would probably consider trading. I actually traded, what did I trade this morning? Yes, KZIA. So we could actually talk about this one first here. This was a 7 million float Aussie Australian biotech. I always call it Aussie. FDA grants rare designation. Usually means it gets the drug to market pretty much faster. So that's always a good catalyst. I do really like this one, gapping up 150% pre-market, but gave back quite a bit out of the gate. So it's already, you know, down, or not out of the gates, but since, you know, the pre-market highs here. So this is a 37% pullback, kind of a big sell-off, making me a little bit nervous for sure. Like I said, 7.5 is definitely big support on this one. So this is going to be some interesting territory to see if this holds. 10 big resistance, but we have, you know, really good support and a pretty good room to run till about 10, till major resistance comes in, pre-market high at 1150. So I like the potential on KZIA from where we are at right now. Good morning, everyone. Woo! I am tired. I could go for a nap right now. I'm not gonna lie. Yesterday I was pretty tired as well. I don't know if I'm just going through a tired phase or what's going on. But you know, it is what it is. Sometimes it happens. Let's kind of watch ANPC here, because I thought this thing was, you know, pulling back and it wasn't looking good, and all of a sudden, you know, it's popping back up here. I wouldn't be surprised if it broke back above VWAP. Now I'm really nervous about ANPC. You know, 2 million float, that's beautiful, has that spike ability. Chinese biotech though. But the news is coronavirus testing application in San Jose, California was approved. Sounds actually really good. We have a pretty hardcore $10 bottom here on ANPC. Long-term chart, a little bit rough. Recent IPO, just, you know, keep that in mind. Right now we're at 10 with room to run to 12 before major resistance. We had that pre-market high at 1479. So pretty interesting ticker for sure. I think both of the tickers we're going to be looking at today are overall pretty interesting. Let's mark the high. KZIA pulling back here a little bit. How do I find these companies? We have our pre-market scanner right here on the left side, scanning for stocks gapping up over a certain amount and filtering out large caps, filtering out 2 penny stocks, or stocks that are sub-dollar to a certain extent, under 10 cents. So I have my filters. I also have a whole video on this scanner, and you guys can import it yourselves into TOS in the video description below in the FAQ section. ADTX, I actually haven't looked at ADTX, but we can check it out. Oh, actually, that's not true. I did look at ADTX. I thought we were talking about what was it, V something that we were trading yesterday. ADTX is actually holding the highs pretty well. I gotta say, this is pretty impressive. I do see that this one could run out of the gates. I don't really want to see dip below. I would probably say 550. So far we're holding this area pretty good, so I'll probably keep an eye on ADTX as well. Another definitely good ticker to look at. Good call on that for sure. OPGN, I don't know, OPGN. To be honest, I was not looking at OPGN at all, but now it's kind of popping up on here. This is actually not looking too bad. What's the catalyst on it? We're offering rapid test kits, results in 10 minutes. Emergency authorization. That's pretty good news. OPGN. Let's write that down. Good call on that. Trying to keep an open mind here on different tickers. Quickly, OPGN, guys, so we don't forget, U.S. diagnostics company with a 15 million float. Long-term chart on OPGN is just really, really rough. Definitely some decent support around 2.4 and 2.5. You can see we're kind of breaking these zones a little bit. Dipped down to 255, it looks like. 5 minute definitely has some support coming up on this one. I'm not sure if we're going to be trading at the. Still pulling back on this one. Has no volume yet. I don't see a reason to be looking at this one besides maybe dip buying it off at 2. But I don't really see why I would be looking at this one at the moment. But yeah, that $2 zone could be an interesting spot for possible dips on it. Here we go, guys. We have KZIA popping up higher. We have ANPC pulling lower here at 10.5. Interesting stuff. I'm probably most bullish on KZIA. I think this is the most obvious lead gapper, and you always want to be thinking about what is the most obvious lead gapper. I see you guys calling out other tickers. Maybe we'll get a chance to look at some more. I want to be a little focused right now on KZIA before I miss a move. We got, it's 9:17, so we got 23 minutes till the market opens. We got plenty of time here, but I do think, we might see some sort of setup. Fast pullback there to 72. Looking for KZIA to possibly move back above the 9 minute. It was a 5% move. That was pretty sweet. Still a lot of sell volume on this one. The sell volume on KZIA definitely has been really, really strong. I'm having a little bit of a recovery here. So it'll be an interesting spot. Is this support zone going to hold here at the 9 minute EMA? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, it's starting to really kind of come together at KZIA. I would be looking for that break past that last candle here at 8:16 roughly. Here we go. $8 still has a decent amount of resistance there. ANPC finally dipped here. Hey, Corey, welcome. Yeah, 77, not a bad little chunk of profit here. Bought some dips on KZIA, nothing too crazy, just pre-market, playing around a little bit just to kind of get my feet wet. Looking for this bull flag here. Looks actually quite solid. I wouldn't be surprised if we broke back past 8. Just a huge amount of sell volume. So that's the big reason I'm not getting aggressive on KZIA. So yeah, my first trades on this one were just a few dip trades, and then I always took profits really quickly. I didn't really trust this one too much. Remember, pre-market, I'm only looking for base hits, and base hits typically all days is usually always the way to go. RKT, yeah, Michael, I'm going to be looking at RKT as well. Really good call outs you guys had in the chat room this morning. Morning, Jose. Hassan was wondering if I'm more of a short or long buyer. I'm definitely more a long biased trader. On the 5-minute chart on KZIA, I got to say you could see the buy volume coming in a little bit more. It looks a little bit better. So while we're just watching KZIA pre-market, even though I might jump into a trade on this one pretty soon, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping here. Let's, oh man, that's just tough because I'm actually keeping a really close eye on KZIA. Let's see how this 80 zone holds. I really don't like the overall volume I'm seeing on this one in terms of just the green volume spikes. It's a very slippery ticker to trade. Oh, PTI, man. I wasn't super confident with that one. So it looks like KZIA tried to pull off and big buyers came right back. So that's a really good sign here on this one. Might try to enter KZIA on a second dip here. Ooh, good thing I didn't. Let's just see how this one goes. Let's not push it anymore pre-market. I got some money, some small wins pre-market, so I'll leave it at that. All right, guys. First of all, welcome back, guys. Good morning, everyone. Woo! I gotta wake up myself. This is my second. I already had a liter of lemonade just to kind of wake up here a little bit. Anyway, though, welcome back to the live stream where we first review the watch list and then we trade the market open every day. It looks like we already reviewed the watch list more or less, so we'll jump right into it after this. First of all, guys, hope you're all feeling good, ready to go for this last trading day of the week. It is Friday after all, and it's the 7th of August, and it's 24 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we got another 6 minutes before the market opens at 9:30, and then we'll wrap up trading usually around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Quick reminder, this is for education and entertainment purposes only. My trades are quick, not meant to be followed. Always know yourself while you're entering and exiting a stock. This community is a place for us to help each other. Please do not spam or you will be put in timeout. Check out the video description below for some FAQs. Got a bunch of stuff down there for you guys, and let's get into it. So I'm still watching KZIA. I'm still watching ANPC, and actually another ticker that I was almost making the lead gapper today is CNDT, which might be worth discussing as well. So let's kind of just hop over to this one. One kind of interesting caveat on this one, it's a 200 million float. almost 500 million market cap, and it will be over 500 million once the market opens and the price gets adjusted. US info tech company, strong quarterly, and they're, came out with some sort of next generation fare collection system in Belgium, I think in France as well. So kind of interesting, large government flex right there. So it could be kind of a good ticker to look at as well. Probably you can manage your risk a little bit better on it because it has that 200 million float. Always a good thing to look at. So I don't know. With CNDT, it's held this kind of 3.5 zone quite well. So maybe some sort of dip into 3.5. I would probably consider buying that on a maybe quick move, CNDT guys. Yeah, we can look at RKT as well, Rocket. That's going to be pretty interesting. I had the IPO yesterday. So it looks like 3.6 could be a strong support zone on CNDT. I'll put an order at 63. Not sure if we're going to have such a strong pullback in the morning, but again, there is huge support in this area. So if we did have a flash dip, CNDT, I would probably look at that. Let's go back to ANPC because this one's still falling off a cliff. Found some support around 9.5. This might even break $9 at the market open. Which would make me want to buy it probably closer to 8. I wonder how RKT is going to open up. We know KZIA has that 725 big support pre-market, so let's see how this one opens up. I'm actually going to quickly run to the restroom. We got another minute 50 here. Ooh, got another minute till the market opens. That was a quick run. That was almost impressive. Might have been our record. KZIA, possible support at 725. I'll be keeping a close eye on KZIA, and then RKT. Yeah, this is going to be interesting to watch. I have no limit orders on this one, but this thing is such a big company that, if it dipped had a huge dip, I'd probably be buying this one outright. So Watch out, guys, because ANPC has not really been holding the highs at all. So big red flag there on this one. I hold my swings over the weekend, but I don't usually hold small caps over the weekend. All right, guys, good luck, everyone. Here we go. CNDT pulling lower. $9 acting as some support here. Still watching KZIA. KZIA might have a 9-minute EMA breakout. KZIA looking like it could be the big breakout right now. I'm not in any trade yet. KZIA, possible right degree move right now. Big volume on this one, looking strong. ANPC bouncing. Big sell volume on the open though. KZIA could be a second pullback here, being cautious. No entries yet for me. ANPC looks like it's about to break this 9.6 9-minute EMA. Not going to trade it, but who knows? Could be it. Still watching KZIA. Might see a lower move. I'm not sure. KZIA possible. It's really hard to say on this one. You know, it's finding some pretty strong support at 7.3. First entry in KZIA at 21. Have a little bit of a second entry there. Not the biggest position size, but okay. About 3,000 shares, $3,000 position size here. Looking for KZIA to break past the 9-minute EMA. Bit of a double bottom here. Break of a double bottom. Entry on CNDT. $500 shares on CNDT. KZIA looking for that break of the 9-minute EMA. $750 getting chipped away a little bit on KZIA. Tried to take my profits on this one, but didn't get the opportunity. KZIA looking for that break in 9-minute EMA. I'm going to get out of KZIA. Unfortunately, not the best time. How to manage my risk on this one. This could be a really good entry, though, on KZIA. Still watching it. I was a little bit torn between two tickers just now, so it was a little bit distracting. Sold on 733. Would it re-enter KZIA? Yeah, trading two tickers, sometimes I mess myself up a little bit. Big support here on CNDT. KZIA possibly pulling back again. Yep, there goes the pullback, going back into the sevens. Would enter KZIA on the break of the 9-minute EMA. Watching two tickers right now. If KZIA has a quick little pullback here, I would definitely be entering it. Stopped out on CNDT. Took a bit of a loss on it. I should have, could have, would have got a better exit, but I missed it a few times watching KZIA. Here we go, KZIA picking up at around 730. KZIA, possible right to green move candidate. $7.57. This is what I was looking for. Ah, can't believe I missed that red to green move again. Same thing happened to me yesterday. Congrats to anyone that got it. Ah, ridiculous. Watching it closely here though. Had an entry on Sono, long-term position. Nice, ANPC, nice reversal there as well. Yeah, I was a little bit distracted with too many setups. Here at KZIA, still watching this one, 766. It looks like some support there. ANPC, halt, good call, Corey. Don't think I'm going to chase KZIA in this area. I think that would bother me more than missing the trade. So I think I'm going to leave this one right now. $7.5 pullback. Okay, that's not too bad. Let's see how this one kind of manages here. Maybe another pullback. Try to get an entry on this one actually, but I missed my entry at 48. There we go, got an entry here. Possible second entry at 42. Got a second entry at 42. KZIA. Looking KZIA for possible break of VWAP now. Having some difficulties here at the 73. I'm giving back a lot of profits right now. Again, we know 26 is big support. Big spread on this one. Try to close out this position just now, just to take some profits off the table or reduce some risk here. All right, I'm out of this one for a small profit. Shaky trading on my end, you know. The move that I wanted perfectly happened and I wasn't on board because I was looking at a different ticker. So sometimes, you know, you have to ignore the other tickers and then just, you know, focus on the move you're looking at. But, you know, how to manage my risk. And ANPC, wow, what a vicious sell-off. Watch out with ANPC, guys. We were talking about how sketchy this one was pre-market. Both of these stocks have low float, so they have the possibility to absolutely explode. KZIA pulling back again. Would really consider buying this in the 20s. Gonna see if KZIA pulls back one more time. A lot of sell volume on this one as well. Whew! What a morning. KZIA building up some momentum. Markets are all red, which means people are going to be looking at small caps typically a little bit more. It looks like 745 might be broken out here, 746, 747. Would love if KZIA did one more little pullback flush before a breakout. It doesn't look like we're going to get that though. Look at this lining up here, 55. This could be the move higher. 9:45 a.m. guys. I'm not going to buy this possible breakout here. I've been getting skunked on breakouts. Could be a great setup though for 748. You know, it's holding. Again, I'd be a little bit too worried about a flush. Big buyers at 740. I don't know if you guys saw that just now. Huge orders right there. This could hold. 740 chips away though, then we might see $7 really quick, and risking 40 cents a share right now is not something I want to be part of. Especially after that reverse hammer candle, a bit of a shooting star. I don't really like seeing those. Here we go. KZIA is breaking higher but now. 570, 580, 590. I'm not ready to jump on board with this one. $9.47 is when ANPC is going to open up again here. I gotta say, KZIA looks really healthy right now. Really starting to make a nice little trend to the upside. This could be a big break of VWAP here. Would probably try to do a small size on it. $46, $747. $752 back in play. Buying at $757, looking for a quick move here. Small size, just decided to take a small position size. Possible break of the 9-minute. We have the 9-minute actually right below. Okay, that didn't work out. Here we go. We're just kind of watching it. Should have stuck to my rules, not buying the breakouts. Looked strong, looked healthy, and strong momentum. Here it goes. Could be breaking out again. Just small position size on this. It's tried to pull back many times, all of which never work. So just taking a small position size. Here, this actually could be the breakout, 760. Looking for that break of VWAP. We have a break, possible break around 790. Here we go, 760 there. Yeah, there's the break. This could break VWAP any moment. $8. Quick pullback maybe here. Small position size on this one. Healthy pullback. Maybe we'll get one more dip on this. Don't really know. It's about 9:49 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Almost getting close to that 10 zone. I'm typically not buying breakouts near 10. This looks like it has a healthy trend to the upside. Can we see this break the $8 zone? That's the big question. Here we go. Possible break of 8. Small position size on this one, only 300 shares. Did about 600 shares in my last trade, so half the position size of my last trade. Looking for that break of 8. 790. Finger on join the ask on the break of 8, maybe into the 810s. Gonna give it one more attempt here, at least for a stronger breakout. Didn't break, wow. Huge selling pressure on that. Yeah, you got to be careful with those. Gave back a lot of profits on that one. Try to get out, trying to get out here on this flush. I got him stuck on this one. Try to get out. I had to sell order several times. I don't know if you guys saw it, but yeah, gave back pretty much all my profits on that one. A little bit annoying. I have my sell order right now at 715, 719. Obviously not the biggest fan of selling into flushes, but I might have to do it here. Good thing we did small position size on this one. You know, I had a feeling that bit of a Friday for me, huh? All right, we're officially out of this trade. I think finally, after moving down my limit order like 10 times. Yikes, we gave back a lot of profit on that trade. Good thing we used half position size. I had my finger on the sell at 8 and we touched it. I clicked the sell, was not quick enough, and I gave back basically $200 on that last trade. Yeah, we touched, no, we didn't even get to 8. We hit 799. Whoo, crazy. That was one way to wake up a little bit, huh? So it is what it is. I mean, we're still $18 profit on the day, so cheers to that, guys. Should have took a little bit quicker of a base hit, huh? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. We were up about 7% at the peak, but that was only for like a split second. Really, we're more like 4 or 5% up. Again, I was waiting for that break of VWAP. Didn't get it, so it is what it is. Now we're back at 725. Looks like I sold at 711. Not at the perfect low, but pretty close to the perfect low. Woo! What? Too much selling at 8. Corey says, yeah, you're absolutely 100% right. That was pretty heavy stuff. That was a bit unfortunate. So that was giving back quite a lot of profits. I don't know if I'm going to do another trade. I might. Let's quickly see what happens to CNDT. So, oh, this is painful. So CNDT, man, this is the big reason I actually, I messed up today, because CNDT, I was too busy watching this trade. I didn't like that it was distracting me from KZIA, so I closed it literally at the worst part. I think I closed it here at 33.6. Literally the worst spot to sell. 3.62. I sold this one at 3.62. And then it runs up here. What is that? 22%. So that would have been a massive winner. Yeah, I guess I need the weekend, huh? I need some chill out time. Fridays tend to be the worst days for me because, we're so aggressive Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then by the time it hits Friday, I'm like a burnt out potato. So I tend to make a lot of mistakes on Friday, and this was really amateur hour on my end. So Hopefully you guys can learn from some of my mistakes today. Yesterday, the day before that, we had huge breakouts of VWAP on these red to green moves, and this is like the one time it didn't work out. But that's like trading in a nutshell. It's always the one time that you try it where it doesn't work. I don't want to complain too much, but that was just a little bit unfortunate. I'm just happy we're still a little bit in the green. It makes me feel a little bit more confident. So we actually did have a trade on Sono. This one dipped off a lot. I had a pretty conservative entry on this one. We're up $27 on this. It's actually kind of funny. We actually had a pretty sweet entry on it. Big question, is it going to hold this area? I'm not sure. Could easily keep pulling off. So I would probably like to take some profits on this. Looks like it had several times to break higher here. We're about 300 shares on this one. That was a bit of a fake out we had here on this last one. So I'd probably go ahead and close this. Maybe we could even get out at 82. I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to close this one. I'm going to see if Sonos pulls back again. Yeah, sometimes it's a bit tough because you get some of these trades you just get distracted on, and it's tough. That's the one thing I don't like about placing limit orders ahead of time. Yep, curious so far, so true on that. Yeah, I'm not really too bummed out. I'm a little upset at myself that I didn't take profits when it was showing such big resistance. So that was kind of like an amateur mistake. I'm just kind of more upset on the fact that like I'm trading very sloppy. I missed the move that I wanted. Then I closed out at the perfect low on CNDT. Yeah, and then this one I didn't take my profit. So it's like, we had all the right calls. We had all the right setups. And then just really sloppy trading on my end. So yeah, I don't know. That's a Friday. It's been like statistically that Friday has been my worst day so far. So I'm gonna go back in Trade Journal and we're gonna be coming out with a feature soon, so you can see the calendar chart and see which days are the best. So that's gonna be a pretty cool feature coming out probably in the next 2 months or 3 months. That will allow me to dive a bit more into those statistics. But yeah, let's just get back on the horse here, see what happens. It's 10 o'clock. We have that power half an hour from 10 to 10:30. So let's see what happens. Maybe we're going to start getting some reversals. ANPC is probably the one I'm most nervous about. I don't really see myself trading this one, but it kind of looks almost identical to KZIA right now. So both of these don't necessarily get any beauty points at the moment. Carve was a perfect little bull flag. Yeah, Thursdays and Wednesdays. I think those are some of my best days as well. I couldn't say with 100%, but I think so. Yeah, Zong, that should be soon. Working hard on it, man. Wow, Carve, yeah, Carve is going absolutely wild, huh? 28%. I gotta say with CNDT, I'm really kicking myself in the butt about this one. I knew this one had a huge float, and the chance of this one falling off a cliff was so small. But I was just getting annoyed of watching this one. I should have put a stop on it and forgot about it. I think that would have been the way to play CNDT. I knew that this one had the huge reversal potential. I did everything right on this, and then I just closed at the worst spot. That is what it is. Can't really complain too much. Yeah, I know, Corey. That was the most painful. That was the most painful stop I've probably done in a while. I hate stopping out at support. It's my least favorite thing to do. The problem was I was approaching my max stop on this one. I was already down $200 on it, and if it did break $7 support, which it's rare that for that to happen, but then I would be past my max stop. Then I would be breaking all my rules. Then I would just might as well just be throwing darts at the chart. And so that's not how to become a consistently profitable trader. So I had to stick to my rules. And I had to stop out. So if I don't want to be in that position, which I felt like was kind of obvious that if it didn't break VWAP, I should have took my profits, and then I should have bought back at support, right? I should have made 2 trades out of it. I don't know. Hindsight's everything's 2020, so. It's always easy to talk about these trades in hindsight, but yeah, I mean, once VWAP failed right here, on the second attempt, I should have been closing out this one quicker, then bought back at 7, then I had a little dip trade here, but I don't know. Throwing darts at the chart, hoping for Ripskis is no way to go through life, Kyle says. Amen. Oh yeah, KZIA is definitely still in play. It still has a lot of selling pressure on it. Former runners on this one haven't held the best, but as long as $7 holds, there could be a big chance for like a 7.15 reversal break back above VWAP, and I think there's a really high chance for that for KZIA. So that's what I'm looking for. VWAP is the volume weighted average price. There's many good videos on VWAP. Definitely something to study in your free time. But most traders look at it to find a place of overall resistance and support. And typically, if the price is below VWAP, which is that purple line in the middle of my chart, then the price is trending lower. You want to be buying dips, you want to be quicker, and then with taking profits. And if the price is trending over VWAP, then you're looking for pullbacks, continuations, breakouts, and the price is clearly trending up. Nice, Demon. Happy to hear, man. Welcome, welcome, Eugene. I can't get over how similar KZIA and ANPC look right now. They're almost identical. It's just kind of mind-blowing. Man, the fact that we did not take profits on that last move, what was I thinking? Sono finding a little bit of support here. We sold at 79 or something like that. Moved up almost, yeah, another percent here. That could have been another 30 bucks back in the bank, but I kind of closed this one a little bit too quickly. Didn't really give Sonos a chance. ANPC pulling lower. CRV was one of the BLM finance companies that was moving. It's kind of a backside play right here. Nothing really that gets me too excited. Almost no volume on KRVR relative to some of these bigger days, so not really too interested on this one. This could have just started off as a short squeeze and then people just started jumping on it. Do I think trading live increases emotion in my trading? Probably. Back in January, it was pretty stressful. January, February, March. I would even say like November, December when we first started. It definitely, it was a huge spin on my trading. I mean, it's like having, I don't know how many people are in the stream right now. I haven't checked all day. So we have 240 streamers or people in the stream right now. Welcome everyone, guys. Welcome to the stream, especially if you're new. Hope you're enjoying it. Don't forget to drop a like if you are enjoying it. Really, really means a lot. Yeah, back in November, December, that was intense. It's just like, 240 people looking over your shoulder sometimes. That's what it feels like. And yeah, I'm kind of like getting used to it at this point, but I don't know like how used to it you can really get. Whoa, KZI falling off a cliff. I mean, this is why we don't hold on to losers. This is why we cut our losses, even if you're cutting your losses at major support, which is absolutely horrible to do. You got to cut those losses. I have a whole video on dollar volume in the video description below where we set it up and then we talk about how we use it. But to me, it's just an indicator to sort through stocks. And I'd like to trade stocks over $10 million volume. Otherwise, they just don't have enough really volume. 5.5 is big support. I'm looking at this $6 zone. It's a little bit less interesting, but it looks like, 6.3. We had some highs here at 6.5. So, it could be a nice little turnaround story as well. Maybe worth considering doing a little bit of a dip on, but I don't know. Possible entry here at 71. Looking for a move back above 80. Taking profits at 83. Small move, but a little base hit to get back on the right page. That was a big sell-off, so it was pretty decent risk reward after 3 big candle sell off. Nothing too crazy back in the 90s. So yeah, took profits too soon, guys. But taking profits too soon will never blow your account. What will happen is getting greedy, like I did with my last trade, waiting for a break of VWAP. We didn't get it, and all of a sudden I gave back all my profits. So again, taking those base hits, taking those 2, 3, 4% moves will always win in the long run, because those bigger moves, they happen every now and then. Sometimes you get lucky, you get kind of stuck in one, but if you keep looking for them, it's going to cost you. So I repeat that lesson for the last months, pretty much years. I've known this, right? It's a hard thing to always stick to, because sometimes you see these moves going 10, 20, 30%, 10 times in a row, and you've been taking base hits, then you're like, this one I'm going to let run a little bit longer, and that's the one that doesn't break out. So it's a bit of a psychological mind game, but taking base hits is usually always a good idea. Actually, it's always a good idea. Nice, Corey. How you survive the markets, yeah. More team sportish, yeah. JG, maybe. I never looked at it like that, but in some aspects, for sure. Welcome to the team, man. Oh, Satoshi, don't even get me started with CNDT. Look at this. Look where I sold on CNDT. You're gonna laugh so hard on this. I don't know how long the chart will take to open up here, but it will at one point, and it's going to be the most ridiculous chart ever. KZIA still pulling back. Again, we know 6.5 could be some decent support on it, so that's kind of what I'm looking for. Yeah, not sure how long my chart's going to take to update my my trades, but basically we sold here at 62. And then I missed this perfect run up. RKT definitely had a pretty strong sell-off. We definitely have big support around 2250. I would probably consider buying this one at 2250. So ANPC, big support here at $8. Again, this is one I'm really not a big fan of. pulling back a lot from pre-market highs, but I do think it does have some pretty interesting bounce potential. Maybe even a crack of $8 and see it whip right back above it. I don't know. It's going to be a little bit tricky to see how I want to trade this one, but KZIA either is going to be a nice bounce off of 6.5 or it's going to be a solid break of 6.5. I probably won't trade any sort of bounce off of it. I would probably trade a break of it though. Satoshi, there we go. Revenge trade Friday. CLSK has such a clean pattern on the daily and intraday. It's actually kind of insane. Not the long-term one, but this one. Just look at that, sticking to that 9 EMA like pretty much perfectly. That's something you don't see all the time. We were actually trading CLSK, I think, with the other account somewhere in this area. Tan, you and me both, man. That was so ridiculous. So ridiculous. I think all week, this whole week, I missed every bigger red to green reversal that broke VWAP. Yeah, and you know, this trade was purely emotional filled if you think about it, because I was like, there's no way I'm going to miss another one. And then I got stuck in that flush. So yeah, totally my fault. Yeah, I totally feel you, Satoshi, on the BTC. I feel like it's a bit overextended right now. It's only gone up after that long consolidation and before the long consolidation. So I think I could see this. I think I could see it dipping back below 10K, and then yeah, I would like to probably start a maybe portfolio that we can all look at together, about averaging in and stuff like that. KZIA possibly pulling below 6.5 in a minute, just keeping my eyes on it. I think the reason my scanners are not picking up CNDT is because it's possibly over $1 billion market cap right now. Oh yeah, Satoshi, look at this. Look at this just beyond depressing trade. So CNDT, we bought almost the perfect entry here at 63. I wasn't focused on CNDT like I should have been. Or I should have, focused on CIA and left a stop on it. The reason I got out here is because I was in the middle of another trade and I was like, I can't watch this, so I closed it. In the end, I should have, put a stop at like 53 or something like that, and then just, let it do what it does. But wow, that, looking back at this one, and look at all my alerts. None of these alerts went off, so kind of ridiculous as well. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I know. It was probably my biggest miss in a while. On it, that miss is just ridiculous. Can a company have zero insider ownership? Probably. But if you own it, you would be on. If you have own it over 5%, you'd be on the board or have the ability to have a seat on the board, which would make you an inside technically, right? So it's kind of like a chicken egg thing. It almost doesn't really work. I guess everyone could own less than 5%. I don't know. Never really thought about that. That's a good question. Yeah, that's true. Oh, Eugene going for Mara. I don't think I could trade Mara. Mara's too high for me. It's a scalp kind of day. I think you're right. KZIA might be ready for that scalp. Let's see, breaking 6.5 possibly here. ANPC, man, this thing had quite the sell-off, but KZIA also sold off tremendously, so I think they're pretty much in the same boat. CNDT pulling back. CNDT could be a really clean VWAP bounce in this area. Not as much maybe buyers as I would have wanted it to kind of be. I would probably trade CNDT on a retest of VWAP after a cracked VWAP more than a bounce off of VWAP. Morning, morning, Bren. Nicholas, I'm now done for the day. Yeah, if I traded KZIA, I would really do a quick bottom bounce off of it. Not much more than that. Did I buy ANPC? No, I didn't. I don't think we traded ANPC today. I think that was like one of the tickers that we did. No, we traded KZIA and Sono and CNDT. CNDT pulling back now. We know 4.1 has pretty decent support. 1026 on the clock. ANPC finally broke that $8 zone we were looking at for a while. Actually, it didn't break it yet, but it touched it. My ADT is ready to sell. We'll have to check out ADT in a second here. I think I actually sold ADT at one point, but I might have bought back. Let me quickly check it. I'm on both accounts right now, going to the 1 hour. Yeah, so I actually sold as we were having some constant resistance in this area. So we wrapped up about, I think, 5% profits on this one. It's not showing on the chart right now, but I had a pretty much full size around 1150 or so, something like that. And then we are having some consolidation in this area. I didn't really like it, and I closed this position. Again, it's not popping up here, but it will pop up in the future. But good call on that. CNDT pulling back. Yeah, I did most of my trades actually pre-market. I was actually up more pre-market than I am right now because of that big loss we had. Yeah, Satoshi's definitely right with keeping your coins on a wallet, on a hard wallet. I would not really trust any exchange. Ooh, bigger sellers on CNDT. I don't know if you guys saw that. They just popped up. CNDT is a bit of a slow mover. This bigger pullback right here is only 5%, so not really that strong. I mean, another 5% pullback on the chart would have a pretty big impact around $4. I don't really see us going that low, but I would like to see, you know, another real pullback below VWAP. Total today, I think it's around $60 or something like that. I don't know. It's pretty sad after giving back $200 in one trade. So we're just kind of hanging in there, and I might wrap up pretty soon here. So that might even be the number we ended on, but we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm watching Bitcoin. We have it. right here. These are the futures on it, BTC. Had a nice little dip there. Nothing too out of the ordinary though, I would say. Party Friday, extended hour. I would actually love to do that, but I have to wrap up. I got plans today. If it wasn't so late over here already, I probably would go till 12 more often. If it's really hot, maybe I'll be able to stay a little bit longer, kind of squeeze it. But I gotta wrap up sometime around 11 for sure. Nice, barbecue. Really, really nice. That's what I like to hear. Flushes are still continuing. Possible entry here at 411. Remember, this one's a bit of a slow mover. If it dips below 411, I'd do another fill at 410. So entry on CNDT at 411, looking for a smaller bounce back here, maybe towards VWAP. I don't know if 420 is something I can ask for. Pretty decent bounce so far, already up half the candle. That is a pretty bullish sign. That's usually what I like to see. This could see 420 pretty quickly. Pretty much playing with pennies though in this area. CNDT is a bit of a slow mover overall. Got another entry here at 410. Like I said, if it broke 411, I would buy at 410. Looks like some more selling pressure came in on this one. A little bit more than I expected. I got to be honest with you on that. Remember, CNDT has a 200 million float, relatively large float. Looks like it is having some troubles trying to break back above 412 in this area. Might have to just try to take some profits when we can here. Bit of an overall scratch here on this trade. You know, I was looking for a bigger move, didn't really get the move, and then you know the last entry here was a little bit weak. Total bounce only 2%. So you know if you could even walk away with 1% on that, you're doing all right. That was just a total scratch on my end. Actually, we have one more share size here still open. I actually just realized that. Okay, just close that one out. Ooh, that's always sketchy. You always got to double check. Make sure you sold out all the positions. Hey, well, I made a burger on that one, so it is what it is. $5K share trade. Yeah, did we have one today? I think we did. No, we got close. We had KZIA, we had 600 shares at 7.4. So that was pretty close. I wasn't even looking at it, but let me check it out. Yeah, nice double bottom there and a continuation back to VWAP. Definitely true, Eugene. I didn't get it. Man, I'm just taking little spinny moves here left and right. Fast food burger on that one. Yep, eat Chili's, exactly. Although with the USD Euro rate going on right now, last time I transferred $1,000 over, man, I was left over with like 800 euros, and I was like, oh man, I'm pretty much paying a 20%, or like not 800, it was like 830 or something. Anyway, I'm pretty much paying a 20% premium on everything right now with the exchange rate. It's a little bit painful. Satoshi, that would be pretty savage. That would be pretty ridiculous. Ah, okay, SPCE guys below 1875. You know that's been the spot we've been looking at. Yeah, Brandon, man, no one else can really answer that question for you. You know, it really depends on what kind of trading you're doing. Are you swing trading, day trading? I mean, these are all different answers. I would say if your thesis is still right, sometimes averaging down is a good idea, but if your thesis is wrong, sometimes it's better just to cut losses and average and make another trade out of it in the future. I have a really conservative limit order here around 17.5 on space. Could be a good trade. CNDPD pulling back again. Watch out, this one might have some news about it. No, drops, as employment rate drops. You know, CNDT pretty much has a perfect linear line to the downside right now. I gotta say it's quite comedic. Another kind of, it's like a perfect trend line here on CNDT. Possible entry at 95. Went down to 96, maybe even. Might have missed that entry. A little bit unfortunate. I usually don't place stops, Spirit Pro, but usually the low of the last candle is my stop, or 20 to 40 cents on a $5 ticker. 40 cents is really my max stop loss. That's why with KZIA, I got stopped out on that one because, you know, $8, I mean, we're just at like 8%, which is my max stop, and that's why I closed that one. You know, CNDT, I really wanted that dip just now. I was a little bit, I was like 1 cent off, maybe even 2 cents off on that low, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, Steven. I think that's probably a pretty sweet setup on SPCE 17.5. I think 18 is a bit too soon, but you could already probably start dip trading in this one. You know, today I was not really, I was kind of expecting that we might even trade some large caps today because small caps didn't seem as promising, but nice bounce here off of 22.90. 9% move on RKT, pretty solid stuff there. We actually, look at this. We had our limit order at 22.50. It looks like we just missed this 57. We missed this one by probably like 1% or something like that. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this order. I don't like having too many limit orders chilling. Another dip on CNDT. CNDT is on its 7th red candle in a row now, 5-minute red candle. Pretty aggressive selling off this one's been seeing. Yeah, Corey, I feel you on that. Nice little bounce here on CNDT. If you guys look at this one, oh, it's not open, CNDT. Check out the 5-minute chart on this thing. It's just absolutely aggressive. We've had, how many sell count? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 red candles in a row. I was looking for an entry just now in that last dip. We went down to, I think, 93 or something like that for a split second. I had a sell order at, no, we went down to 94. I had a sell order, I think, at 93 or 92, and I didn't get the fill. Again, I would be taking profits pretty quickly on it. We're up around 2% on this one. You couldn't really make more than a simple base hit on this very quick scalp. It's a bit of a slow mover, but you know, could be an option for a longer hold, maybe back to VWAP or so, but I don't know. I see, Eugene, you're looking for that 9 EMA breakout, huh? I mean, it's got a pretty mean trend line to break past here, so once it does, it should be a pretty sweet reversal. Could be a double bottom on CNDT. That would be around 95. Entry at 95. Goes to entry at 94 actually. Possible second entry here at 93. Bit of a bigger flush than I would have expected actually. Still trading with smaller size. Was looking for maybe another fill here. Looking for this to break past the 9 EMA on the 1 minute. We're roughly at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red 5-minute candles in a row. Pretty serious stuff. Try to get that extra fill at 93, but I was a little bit slow there. Just got that fill at 93, moved down to 92, already at 91. Wow, this thing is selling off kind of aggressively here. Don't see any new news about it. It is 1048 though, after all, so you always want to keep that out in mind. New average on this one at 3938. You guys can see it right here on the left. Gotta say, the CNDT does have some impressive sell volume. It just constantly gets whacked down. This is a bit of a slow mover. Remember, CNDT does have that 200 million float. That's a very, very high number. 395. I'm looking for this to crack a little bit and ideally become new support back above 4. Wow, there's just a huge amount of big buyer orders going through on that one. On the time and sales, you can kind of see there's about 10,000 shares that just flew on through for a second. It's good to see the big buyers coming back on. Well, boys, time to take out the popcorn. CNDT does just not want to stop. And this is what I was talking about, the big sellers. You could just kind of feel it in the order book. Trying to press lower again here. So far, CNDT has not been able to break above the 9-minute EMA, so I'm not exactly trying to force this one, force a play, but I do think there's pretty good risk reward on here. I do think there's a possible move back above 4. I'm not sure, if it's going to be a big move or not, but I do see some decent risk reward in that kind of setup. I was just thinking about it might be good to take profits at 96 and then buy back here on this dip here. So it looks like it actually probably would have been a good idea. We're on our 9th red candle so far in a row. Quick little flush to 87. I actually was thinking that would have been probably a good secondary entry on it. We might have to stop out of this one, honestly. 385 roughly is not really past the spot I want to see this thing go past. So I was definitely I had a right idea of stopping out of CNDT roughly at 96. Would have been a good idea. And then buying back on a lower, big buyers on that one. I don't know if you guys saw that, 15,000 shares go through for like a quick second. Yeah, taking a small profit and then buying back would have been the play on this one. It's really important not to blindly just hold a stock. I mean, just because something is sold off a lot doesn't mean it's going to not keep selling off. So just want to be very aware of that. Still so many sellers here, 390. Just insane how many sellers are on this one. Probably the ticker I could have been green on the most, CNDT, might be actually my biggest loser on the day. So 390, still watching this one. It is holding this zone very, very well. 387, 386. Yeah, here we go. It's cracking this zone. Quite unfortunate. 389. Sell volume is really light here. based on the 1 minute candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're on our 10th 5 minute red candle in a row. Pretty impressive. I gotta say, that is actually quite impressive. I see the chat room, but I can't focus on it right now because I'm watching the order book. Don't want to miss something important. Again, 385 is a very kind of key zone. It's a bottom I wouldn't really want to see break away. It is a kind of a clear support and resistance zone. Wow, 390, there were so many sellers there on the order book. Most of them got chipped away quite quickly, but $390 testing this zone. I would like to break that sell wall at 390 very quickly. It would give me a little bit more confidence in this play. Yeah, there we go, back above 390. So it looks like 390 might be support now. Let's see what happens when we retest 390. Now we're back, 390, can it hold? This is a big question. What I like to see on this one is now we're over the last former candle. That gives me a lot of confidence. You know, we could have been averaging down into this trade continuously, but I didn't want to take full size on a ticker like this at past 10:30. It's not my ideal trading time, so that was a big reason I kind of let it slide. I think there's definitely a bit to learn here. I had an impulse to take profits at 96 and then average down or re-enter for a second trade. That would have been the right decision. So listening to my gut on that one right away would have been the way to go, and then make 2 trades out of this one. That way I would have avoided a lot of risk, and I would have been able to walk away with at least one profitable trade. We'll see how this one goes from now, though. Yeah, you can definitely see that there are a bit more buyers back in on this one. $396, still huge resistance there. $10.58 on the clock. I'm not sure if I'm going to give it one more chance to break out from 396. Still big sellers on this one. 394. Might see a continuation here. Let's see what happens. 394, building up some momentum. Can we break through 396? It's the big question. I don't know if we were going to break 396. I gave it one attempt there, and it didn't do it. It might do it now, but you know, I'm lucky to get out even as a scratch on this one. We were down maybe 2%, and on CNDT, such a slow mover, 2% is like an 8% move. So we were down quite a bit on this one. Yeah, it is what it is. Friday, guys. Friday is just, I am sloppy Sally. Like, this is not the time for me to be trading. So this was probably my last trade. I don't know. Like, if this thing did a quick little dip down, I would probably consider buying it again. But I wouldn't be surprised if it, you know, broke past 4. I really do think it found somewhat of a bottom here. This is the first green candle now after 9 or 10 red 5-minute candles in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9. So, you know, this could be this could be that setup that we were waiting for that I just kind of jumped in a little bit early. Yeah, Mark, totally agree. That really wraps up CNDT. It's just, I don't know. I think a little bit of a revenge trading on my end, so it is what it is. I don't know. I couldn't really explain it. CNDT still pulling back here again. It's a bit of a slow one to watch. I like to watch the order flow on the level 2, especially the time and sales. It's important to see what kind of orders are going through. But honestly, price action is I still think one of the more important things. But sometimes you can catch reversals and whatnot because you could see the selling momentum really slowing down. Yeah, see, it's calling 369. I think 369 could be really good because that was one of those reversal points in the past. So CNDT, so it bottomed out around 3.6, and then you can kind of see here we had this, break back higher. We had a pullback, and that pullback was at 367. So I think, in the high 60s could be a really good zone for a reversal. And overall, we'll have a huge, double bottom at 3.6, so that should be interesting as well. How to read the level 2? I just, a lot of people read it differently. I like to see the time and sales. I like to see the orders going through, if it's big sellers, big buyers, whatnot. Just kind of keep a focus on that. I do think you can also see sometimes when there's big flushes and all of a sudden selling momentum really slows down, that might be a pivot point for a reversal. I wouldn't overcomplicate it. Keep it simple. Keep it, obvious. If it's something that everyone's looking at, it's usually the best strategy. All right, I'll be right back. I need to take a little break. All right, guys, I'm back. I didn't want to chew in your guys' face. What's the word in English where you're like with the mouth? I can only think of the German word right now. It's called schmatzing. Um, probably KZIA. Huge support around 5. That could be a really, really just insanely good dip buy at one point. Smacking. It's smacking your lips. Yeah, I guess it is smacking your lips. But there's no specific word for it, I guess, besides like smacking. That could be anything. Like slurping, for example. That's a specific word. I don't know. That probably not too interesting. Yeah, but that's probably true in 1AP Pro for every culture and everybody. Are you Eugene? Are you Russian? I was in St. Petersburg last year, actually. OPGN guys, what an absolute runner. So this is the one that's been making some nice moves while I was chasing CNDT like an absolute revenge trading nonsense person. 15 million float, FDA energy emergency use C19 rapid test, 10-minute long rapid test, USA diagnostic company, OPGN. And so it looks like CNDT finally did its reversal. Missed that one. I got you, Eugene. Okay. I actually have a friend from Latvia. Her name's Marta. That's funny. Definitely, Brand. Always trade what you know. Always know why you're trading what you're trading. Don't blindly follow anyone else. Sweet little move here again. 5% OPGN. These are the tickers I usually like to see. I typically don't trade stuff like CNDT, but it had pretty decent risk reward. That's why I went off for that bottom bounce near 3.9. Didn't really end up working though. Nice move here on OPGN. Fair enough, Brent. All right, eat chilies, man. Take care. Bis später. That's true. It is kind of sometimes tempting to trade what other people are trading. Yeah, JG. It took many years to kind of get into that mood, but I think a big thing though. Typically after 10:30, I don't want to be trading. The only reason I traded CNDT was because of the pretty decent risk reward, and I didn't feel like it was going to fall off the cliff. OPGN, I would be breaking a lot of rules trading this one, so I just didn't enter trading this one. It did have a really nice breakout here, and entering 3.1 shoulda, coulda, woulda, but I don't know. I've been trading so sloppy today that I really don't mind missing any other moves. I mean, right now, if we wrapped it up, we'd be at $81 profit on the day, which is kind of funny because pre-market I was up $77 or something like that, and then we were up 200 something dollars, and then we gave it all back. We were basically in the red, and then I built it all back through some slow base hits. So wrapping up pre-market would have been just as good, but I'm just happy we're not lower than we were pre-market. We had a lot of scratches, a lot of missed opportunities, but at least we're ending the day green. I'm happy about that. SPCE, we're talking about entries pilot around 17.5. Right now it's in the 18 zone. Pretty nice spot, but I would probably wait for a little bit bigger sell-off on SPCE. Yeah, totally true, Satoshi. I couldn't agree more on that. So yeah, 1879. I could see this thing still selling off, but again, 18 has big support though in this area, but I would really like to see this slide into the 17s. I think my limit order might be a little bit too low. 1733. Yeah, I'd probably prefer something in the 1750s. Born and raised in Paris. Very cool. Really interesting, Kirill. That's quite the story. Brooklyn, Bushwick. So many friends used to come from Bushwick when I lived in New York City. Do I see possible VIX running up on the election? Probably. I mean, all VIX is really volatility index, right? So are the markets going to be more volatile around election? Kind of makes sense. Especially after a big sell-off like this, there's a bit of base here on the VIX around 20. So maybe any sort of spike in that area will be a bit of a reversal. November is going to be an interesting month. We have a Discord chat. It's not too active, but sometimes it does have its moments. But most of the chatting is done, obviously, here in the live stream YouTube chat rooms. Yeah, OPGN actually does have a nice little chunk of volume coming in for sure. 3.6, kind of a classic zone for resistance speed popping up. 3.5, I meant. I feel like everyone's lived in New York City for at least a little bit. Milwaukee. That's a classic place. There is a big trend in Charlotte too. Charlotte, North Carolina. A lot of people. I knew several people that went from New York City to Charlotte, North Carolina. I haven't been there in several years, but trendy little place for sure. North Texas. Could be a possible 5-minute setup here on OPGN. Some support around the 9-minute EMA on the 5-minute chart around 315. So maybe if we have a pullback here past 3.2, this could be a good little spot to load up for a quick little reversal. Most likely, though, we might be on the backside of the move or starting the backside. So just keep that in mind. Right now, we're still on the front side. So I'd be looking for a bigger 5-minute setup here if I was still trading OPGN. CNDT had just a nice little breakout. CNDT with a 5-minute breakout, 1-minute pullback right now. Yeah, pretty nice little continuation. Could have made more money on that just now than pretty much our whole little dip buying fiasco on it. That was really a fiasco. Yeah, when's the due date for the stimulus check? I heard that that was going to happen again. I was actually kind of impressed that they're going to do another round of stimulus checks. Hopefully soon. Still in the Senate, hasn't passed. I gotcha. Will be interesting to see what happens, huh? This would have been the zone with OPGN that I would be looking for an entry if it breaks here at 325 into the teens. I would probably look for some sort of setup on that. CNDT actually has a really nice double top here at 397. This could see reversal, possible dip entry right under 391. OPGN selling off. Boom, there goes CNDT. We didn't have the crack of 391, but yeah, would have had to been a little bit more aggressive with the entry. 322 OPGN. Remember, OPGN had a lot of these spikes, but not a lot of them held their highs pretty well. It sold off quite a bit, had a low of 92 cents, kind of running up here. Big relative volume though on the day, which would probably give you the most confidence on a ticker like OPGN. Back at 324. We know that these 328, like 25, 3 even the teens kind of has a huge amount of support. JG, that's a good question. I have no idea. I think we used one of those like randomizer word tools on Google, and it just popped up, and then we took it. Didn't really mean anything to us, and we thought we could make a company that just didn't really have any sort of correlation, or you don't really think of anything specific. Like you have no conceived notions with, I guess, that word. CNDT, it's yeah, I know it's a slow mover, but you could take probably several base hits on it when you have the 5-minute setups on it. I'm pretty much done with trading though for the day. I'm looking around me and like I'm seeing some setups, but I think anything I would probably be trading, I would just be really skipping around, and I don't really see me wanting to trade at this point anymore. So I think I'm going to be wrapping it up here. It was kind of fun just chilling in the chat room for a bit, but we pretty much finished trading pretty much right after the market opened. Probably right around 10 o'clock, we were pretty much done with trading. And then I took a few fun trades on CNDT, but always used, smaller size. So those weren't really too serious ever. Go ahead and take a nap. Yeah, Mark, maybe you're right. I think we got some pretty interesting swing trades coming up. We have a lot of swings that have been pulling back a little bit. that anything from space to what was the other ticker we were looking at? Oh, look at this. CNDT just pulled lower here, 389. This could be that dip that we wanted to do. Had some news coming out at 10:11. Nothing new though. CNDT, possible entry at 385. $386 looks like that one came in as support. Again, that's just a slow stock. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap it up there. So quickly going back to the monitor chart, we have a a bit of a green day, nothing really too crazy, but I'll take it. 80 bucks, 80 more bucks than we had when we woke up this morning. So nothing too crazy, but again, like as we start increasing our position sizes and we had a hot month. I mean, a hot week. This was a great start to the week. We've had over $1,000 in profits. It was a great week. So today was a smaller day, and I think Wednesday was a smaller day, but overall we had just, constantly big green days. So I couldn't really be more happy about that. No red days this week. So that's really sweet. Today was a bit unfortunate because we gave back so much profit and we also missed some big moves. So really bad trading on my end. But at the same time, the fact that we did horrible trading today, or at least I did, or sloppy trading, and we still walked away green, gives me even more confidence that on the days where we're really tuned in, we could really make a lot of money. So that's always a good kind of feeling to have. You had a red day or you had a messy day, but you still walked away green. So can't wait for the days that aren't as messy. Filled orders, we had quite a lot of stuff kind of going on here. 10:30:47. I think we did most of our trades pre-market today, honestly. But we'll have to see that. We'll recap it a little bit. All right, guys, don't forget to drop a like if you enjoyed the live stream and all the fun stuff we learned in the community. Don't forget to subscribe if you're totally new. We'd love to see you again. And we come out with a recap video after every trading day. And we also start streaming every day the market's open, starting at 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to review the watch list and then trade the market open. So, guys, I'd love to see you guys again. I'll see you this weekend. I'll see you guys this evening, and then obviously on Monday for the live stream. All right, guys, take care. Ciao, guys. Whew. I'm ready for the weekend. So I'm gonna barbecue like a beast this weekend. Krill, I'm so with you. I live across the street from a barbecue place. I think I'm gonna soak it up there. Ciao, guys. Out of here. CNDT pulling back. Good thing we didn't trade it.